Hi, it's Callie for Callie's Collectibles Review. Today I'm going to take a look at the, deep breath, Hasbro Transformers Power of the Primes Evolution of Rodimus Prime figure. Long title, big figure. Right, so first, I have got the box, but I can't get to it at the moment, so unfortunately I can't show the box off. What you get in the box is the figure himself, as he stands here. That's in vehicle mode, obviously. And he comes with this little card. Now, the thing about these cards is in the, I think it was in the Power of the Primes line, they also launched a card game at the same time based around Transformers. And the idea was that if you bought the figures, you got a card that went with that card game. This one I happen to have of Rodimus Prime is Rodimus Alchemist. Alters enemies' systems to overheat their power core. So basically he gives people a heart attack. Bit grim. But yeah, so there you go. That's the little card that comes with the figure. Excuse me while I have a drink. I'm very thirsty last few days. I think I've got a bit of a sore throat coming on. But anyway, so excuse me. Here is Rodimus Prime in his, as some people call it, Space Winnebago mode. I love the fact that these are actually like shiny metallic stickers along the sides. The piping is done in a very nice metallic silvery colour, even down on this section. This part does come off. I will show that off in just a minute. The other two accessories you get with this figure are these two guns. They're just moulded in black plastic. They're hollow on the inside, well, hollow-ish on the inside, and they look like that. There's that one, and there's that one. Don't know how well that's going to come across on camera, but there you go. How these store on vehicle mode is you've got ports right at the back, so you can plug the guns in either way around on the top, like so. Or if you look underneath guns on the pegs that are essentially the handles, there's two little tiny holes, and there's two very tiny pegs right here. These are obviously meant for like your Power Masters and your Titan Masters from the Titans Return line. Basically, like it's the head of the Transformer that turns into a little robot. They can use those, but you can actually pop the guns onto those pegs, she says, like so. So the guns are slightly higher up and a bit further forward. I personally don't like how that looks. For his basic vehicle mode, there you go. There's the underside. You can see pretty much it's just a dude laying down, but for comparisons, I do have the original G1 Rodimus Prime. This one is missing some parts, and this panel is, unfortunately, the pin is gone. But as you can see, if you put them side by side, you can see both of them are essentially just a bloke lying down with something on his back. So yeah, so I love how there's a lot of inspiration in this one that has come from this original one. I think it's amazing, really, how much this one has in common with this one, especially, like I said, when you hold it up like that. Right, now for the Hot Rod portion, because this is an evolution set, the basic idea is you get Hot Rod as he is, just Hot Rod, and then the trailer becomes basically a upgrade suit of armor, kind of think if anybody out there has bought the Power Master Optimus Prime, where it's Optimus Prime, you fold him up into a cube and you put him inside of a big mech suit, basically the same sort of idea as this, which I like the way it incorporates the trailer more than the original one did. But still, it does look a bit, but we'll get to that. Anyway, to separate these two sections, you need to take these silver pipe pieces here and just flip those up on either side. You need to take this section of the silver pipe and pull it, how do I do this on camera? We pull it out like so. So it detaches, and then you fold that up. You do the same on both sides. Flip that up to there. You then take these two panels, either side, and you just flip them down, like so. Then you just detach Rodimus. There are little tabs on the back of the car mode, and this little slot here. Those tabs go into these slots here, and this goes into the back of the car to secure it all together. Then you're left with this, okay? Put that off to one side for just a moment. Sorry, I'm slightly out of camera there. Then you have this piece. You fold all of that back, same both sides, and there you have a little G1 style hot rod, which I think, you know, for what it is, I mean, I've got the Masterpiece hot rod, and I do love that one for how articulated it is, but again, it's a Masterpiece, so you expect a lot more to go into it, especially for the price point you pay for Masterpiece Transformers. I've had some in the past. I unfortunately sold all of them. I was strapped for cash. You know, I mean, if you go to like the bigger scale ones, like the Optimus Primes and things like that, you know, you're talking £300-400 for some of those, and it's like, whew. But for what you get, the end result is like, wow, okay, cool. This guy, I think I picked him up for about £40 back a couple of years ago. You know, I was in Smith's with my daughter. I happened to spot it, and I was like, oh, I've not got a decent hot rod. I've got a Gen 1 hot rod, but I've got a decent, up-to-date one. So I picked up this guy. And then shortly after, I found a Rodimus, Hot Rodimus Masterpiece going for quite cheap on eBay, so I bought that as well. So I ended up with 3 Rodimus figures. Is that Rodimi? Rodimus? Rodimuses? Rodimi? Anyway, to transform this guy into his robot mode, you need to flip those up, lock them into place. You need to take this section. Now this can be a bit tricky because I'll show you what I mean. It tabs in at a strange angle into what become the legs. You kind of have to pull it down and out at the same time to get it to move. See, sort of down and out. There you go. And if you can see, it's these clips on the inside here. They kind of don't go in like that. They don't go in straight like that. They go, you've got to hook them round and into the slot, and it's a bit tricky. It's one thing that always bugs me with this is just that little bit. The rest of it, you need to fold this up, fold that up and around, then flip back over so that he's got his fins. You flip open these little black sections here, flip out the foot, do the same the other side, flip out the foot. There you go, that's your legs done. Now for the arms, you need to pop them out and down, open this part, pull that out, it's on a slider. You can see in there's a little slider. You spin it round, pop it back down, she says, there we go. And then that does that. You need to unclip the arms, bring them forward, unclip the arms. There's a clip up in here. Right, level out the shoulders. Pop a blaster in either hand. Oh, go on, get him. Trying to do this one-handed, bit tricky. It's a tight fit. And there you go. You have a little G1-esque hot rod figure. So I think it's kind of cool. I mean, the backpack is a little bit unsightly with the window hanging like from the front. If the light catches behind it, you can see this blue plastic glowing. And unfortunately, his knees, very much like me, swing both ways. That is to facilitate the combination with the trailer. So, you know, you've got to kind of give it a bit of leeway for what it's trying to do. I mean, this is not its final mode, so you can give this part of it a little bit of leeway because it's going to be better when it's combined. So, speaking of, to go into combined, you have to remove the guns, have a drink because you're getting hoarse again, Callie. Sorry for the clanky noises. Right. You need to fold that down. No, sorry, you need to fold that all the way around like that. Flip down the chest. Bring the bumper back out. Lock that into place. Push the arms back into place, as if you're going into vehicle mode. This one doesn't, there we go. That one's locked in the wrong spot. There we go. Take this piece, fold it down, and around, if memory serves me. Yes, it does. Right. Now the legs, you need to open, flip the feet back in. Same on both sides. Then you need to take this and separate it from that section. Bring these up and out of the way. And collapse that all the way down. Now, bring the legs up and round. So you have something that ends up looking like so. That's the Rodimus part ready to go in. Now we need to work on the trailer. You need to take these two bits. Now these bits can be a right pain because they don't slot in. You have to kind of line them up and push them down and then in. There's a lot of flaws with this figure. As much as I love it, there are a lot of flaws with this figure. Basically, take hold of it like so, give it a wiggle, and out it comes. That becomes his arms. You need to split those, flip down these panels here. You've got one arm, same the other side, two arms. Now for this bit. Right, these are going to be the feet. You need to pull those down all the way. Flip out the heels. I love having nails because it helps with things like this. Right, you need to see this bit where these two tabs are? Split that right down the middle, while also separating it from the legs, which is easier said than done. See, like I said, a lot of flaws with this figure. As much as I love it, there's a lot of flaws to it. There we go. Pop that out. Open that all the way out. stand that up, stand that up, flip down the crotch plate, and there you go. Oh, close this bit up, point this bit down. So you end up with this little mech suit. You can see in there, there's a matrix of leadership, silver and yellow. That middle section does come out, but it's a pain, so I'm not going to bother. But I'm going to stand that up straight. Take this section of Rodimus, and now there's poor old Rodimus. You can see there's a connector right here in his crotch. That is going to go into that orange bit right there. So poor old Rodimus, just take him, line everything up. There's like a slot and a space for the back of the car mode to go. You just plug that in, bring down the chest plate, tucking the arms out of the way, and then there's a clip somewhere in there. Yeah, there we go. That's, I think, securely clipped in. There we go. You just clicked. There we go. Take this arm, simply push it on. There's little clips on the inside of there. Go into these right here. Take that, and you just give it a good hard push till it clicks in place. She says, there we go. Oh, tolerances, Jesus Christ. And same this side. Oh, that wasn't snapped in. It is now. Oh, come on, there we go. And for the final touch, straighten up his arms. Get him standing in a semi-decent pose. There we go. And that is Rodimus Prime fully evolved. And I think it's an over-the-top design for the character, but personally I think it's amazing. I think it kind of really goes with the kind of the over-the-top attitude of, yeah, I don't give a shit kind of thing. Like, you know, it goes with Hot Rod, and I just think it's amazing. I mean, the articulation, the arms go like that, up and down. You got single joint at the elbow, but you get over 90 degrees. You've got rotation at the head. That's about as much as you're going to get. The legs can go about far forward on a nice ratchet. Can go not too far back because he's got a lot of back kibble, unfortunately. But you do get a nice deep knee bend. I'd say 90 degrees there. Yeah? Inclined to agree there? Huh? And the feet are on swivel joints here. So you go back and forwards, and you've also got that much ankle tilt. So quite impressive, really. Now, the last thing you can do is you can take the two guns and you can slot them together to make one big jock-off gun. You plug that into the robot mode hand. And there you go. He can go shooting. like so. I think it is actually a very, very good figure. Now for the comparison with the G1 toy, and this transformation is so quick, blink and you'll miss it. You simply want to pull, flick, pull out. It's a bit stiff because it's old. Pull out, flip round, push down, and there you have my rather pathetic, rather sad looking Generation 1 Rodimus Prime. Let's compare the two, shall we? This is from 1986, I do believe. This is from like 2018, 2019, so 2-3 years ago. Yeah, they've come a long way, haven't they? But I still love both of them. Hot Rod, despite who killed Optimus, all that shit, he's still one of my favourite characters. I grew up on Transformers, and you know, the first thing I really saw of Transformers, the first thing I can really remember seeing of Transformers was the 86 movie, because I was born in 84. That's when Transformers first came out. So I caught it all kind of, you know, 86, 87, 88, 9, you know, going into the 90s, I caught Transformers. So this guy was quite prominent during that period. So, you know, I just happen to be of that generation, you know. I love Optimus just as much, but if it came down to it, would I buy an Optimus Prime or a Rodimus Prime? I would always buy a Rodimus Prime. So, make of that what you will. But anyway, that's my review finished. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you're enjoying my content so far. I'm hoping to get some more things going on with this channel from time to time. Obviously, my trans journey video has, you know, done incredibly well, so I'm going to do more on that. I don't know when, just as and when. But yeah, so keep following me, keep subscribing, all those kind of good things that you do on YouTube to help little channels like me keep going. So thank you very much. Thank you for watching. I've been Callie for Callie's Collectibles Review. Thank you. Good night.